Hi, Liz here from the Origin team. I'm going to be providing a demo on how to migrate your data over from Monarch Money to Origin. There are tons of products out there. When you've put in the time and effort to make your data reflect your own personal finances in another product, we want to help you bring that over to Origin so that you can pick up where you left off and really hit the ground running. So when you come into Origin, the first thing that you can do is go to Account Connection. Now, a tip is to connect your accounts before you go through the Monarch import. This will reduce duplicates or eliminate duplicates and will make sure that you have your full picture. You can even take a look and see if you need to do any importing or if you already have what you need. You then come in and you import from Monarch. Now, there are 3 different types of data that we support in the form of import. We allow you to bring in your transactions. This includes all the categorization that you might have done, any notes and tags that you have for those transactions. We also support bringing in any rules that you've created. We know that this helps keep your data in line with how you want it. And so we have a Chrome extension that allows you to export your rules from Monarch and bring those over to Origin. We also support account balance history so that you can bring in all of your account balances from the time when you connected your accounts to those other products and bring in that history. Now, one note here is that we don't currently have a net worth historical graph and account balance history graph. That is top on our list in Q1, so we'll be working on that immediately in the new year. But until then, we can store that information for you so that when that feature is live, you don't have to go and search for that file. We'll already have it in store. Now, let's dive into transaction import. When you go, there are 3 main steps. The first, as I mentioned, is to connect your spending accounts to Origin. This is so that we already have all of your linked transactions. The second step is actually downloading your transactions from Monarch. It's an easy one-click step to get that CSV. And then the third step is reviewing your categories. So let's get started. I first get a summary of all of my spending accounts. In this case, in this demo account, there are 2 different connected accounts. I can add more accounts in this flow if I realize here in the summary that I don't have everything added in. Then I'm going to click continue. You have an easy link to go and find the CSV from Monarch. Otherwise, if you already have the file, you can add the file. So I'm going to add in this transactions file. And I get a summary of the number of transactions that I've imported and the categories that have been added and the notes. And so in this case, there are only 72 transactions. Now, for many of you, you'll probably have thousands of transactions. That will not make this process any slower because you're only matching the categories, not every transaction. So I'm going to continue. And this is the most time-intensive step. This is the process where you go through and you match the Monarch category to the Origin category. Wherever we can, we have pre-filled the Origin category. However, if you have a lot of custom categories, there's a good chance that you'll have to create that category within Origin. But I just want to show you how easy that can be. The other level is that sometimes you don't actually want to bring over the level of granularity that you might have had in another product. It can be fantastic, but sometimes it's actually too specific. As an example, I personally don't really mind if it's restaurants and bars or drinks and dining. So in this case, I could leave it as drinks and dining. I can always go through the list and see all the other categories that it could be and assign that. If I want it to be entertainment, I could quickly assign it as entertainment. But if I do want to make sure I keep the granularity of restaurants and bars, I can click create and it's already pre-filled for me. I get to choose the color, choose the icon, and make sure it's related to drinks and dining. It was entertainment because I just switched it before, and create that category. So I've now created the exact same category if I want it to match on that individual level. Any instance, if we do not have the category mapped or pre-filled, will ask you to assign a category and create it. But as you can see here, we pre-fill whenever possible to reduce the amount of work, but still worth going through line by line and making sure you feel comfortable with the match. And if you want more granularity, as I just showed, you click create and you can quickly create that category. You can also look and understand what transactions we're referring to. So then we're going to come in here, paychecks. I want it to actually be paycheck. Travel and vacation, I can check and see this was actually a United Airlines credit that I received. And so I actually just want those to be considered reimbursements. And I'm going to continue. I then get a summary of everything that will be migrated over, the date range that's supported in the CSV, the categories, the recategorization of transactions, the new categories and notes that have been added. And I'll finish import. And now everything is up to speed. Given that it's the start of the month, there's not very much data in the product yet, but all of my transactions and new categories will now be represented in the spending product. Now, what if I wanted to go through and add in my rules? If I wanted to go and add the rules, the first step is I have to go and download the Chrome extension. This Chrome extension allows you to export those rules from Monarch. You have to install the Chrome extension on your computer. It's created by us at Origin. It does not give us any access to your Monarch account, but when your Chrome is open, within one click, you can export your custom rules. You can also export your transactions if you can't find that CSV link, and you can export your account balance history. So it's all there to give you a really easy and seamless experience. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to add in my rules file. And when I continue through, I can see all of the rules that I've created in the past so that from now on, future transactions will have that rule. And if I want to go in and edit the rule, I can do so very easily. And lastly, the way that we bring in account balance history. As I mentioned before, we do not have this feature yet, but we are building it first thing in 2025. But by uploading your file here, you're able to store your file so that when the feature is live, we can just import that data for you. Those are the 3 ways for you to import your data in from Monarch to Origin. Please give us any feedback. We're always here to make the product better for you. And thank you.